Hello again, everybody. This is Rich with High Percent Trading. This is part one video on the daily auto trader, and this is going to show basically how to get the data, historical data, how to use the instrument manager for that, then how to bring up the chart and put the new analysis on there, the statistical analysis that will enable you to then put that into the actual auto traders. So part one is going to deal with the brand new statistical daily auto traders statistics indicator that has just been released for all of you, and we'll talk about how to do that. So the first thing that you need to do is go to File, New, Chart, and open up a chart. In this case, we'll just go ahead and pick the YM continuous contract. All right. What you want to do is get 365 days. You can use a 4 range, put in 365 days. Of course, you've got to hit New down here to bring it down, and then put in 365 days. We want to go 365 days to do our analysis. Make sure on your instrument settings that you use default 24/7, all right, and then hit OK. Now once you do that, you should get a chart. This is the 24th of May. Friday was the 23rd. That was the last trading day, so I'm checking on my chart to see if first of all I have data that ends on the 23rd of May. And if I scroll all the way back by grabbing this slider and pulling everything all the way back, I'm seeing over here the 27th of May, so I know I've got 365 days of data, okay, on a 4-range chart. Now, if you don't have data that goes back the full 365 days, let's say that you might be missing May, June, July, and August, for example, of 2013, or maybe you're missing a couple of months of data towards the end of the session here. Maybe you're missing March, April, May of 2014. Then what you need to do is as follows. You need to close out your chart. So the first thing you're going to do is just click your chart and close it. Once your chart is closed, then what you're going to want to do is you want to go and connect to your provider, all right? Connect to your live data provider. In this case, I'm going to go ahead, for the purposes of illustration, I'm going to say connect. I'll use one of the data providers, and we'll just wait a second as that connection comes up. Now, once that connection comes up, then you're going to go to Tools, Historical Data Manager, right? That'll bring up a box. What you want to do is go over to Download, right? It's the YM contract that we were interested in, so we're going to go all the way to YM. We're going to pick the continuous contract, and let's say that you were missing, maybe a couple of months from 2013, so I'm going to go back. Let's say you were missing May, June, and July. So here's May. I'll click on May, and maybe it goes all the way to, say, August. Maybe you were missing all the way up till August, so I'm going to go back to August and go to the end, right? Now this is very important. Once you have that, you can download both minute and tick, but what you really need for this analysis is make sure you have tick. All right, and once that's done, click download, and then you can watch the status down here in the right-hand corner. I'm not going to show this now, but it'll tell you the status of it. You also get messages here, and eventually once it's completed, you'll be ready to go. Let's say that you needed to get, say, the last 4 months of data instead of the beginning. So it's the same procedure. You would start, say, let's say February 1st, and you would end today's date. Okay, same thing. You're going to go tick, download, and wait for it to complete. Now once that's done, all right, once it's done, close this out, then disconnect from your data feed. It's going to be much easier and much faster when you disconnect from your data feeds to run this analysis. So I'll go to File, Disconnect, and I'm going to disconnect, okay? And it'll go ahead and disconnect it. Now, what's important is you're going to see when you work with this, you're going to have the ability to run every day now at once. You're going to be able to filter it once it's done, and it's very, very powerful, very fast, very quick. Okay, so this is just the preliminaries. Then we're going to go ahead and open up that chart again. So again, you're going to go to File, New, Chart. In this case, we'll pick the YM chart again, right? The continuous contract. We'll go over. It's range 365 days. Of course, you got to hit New. There we go. You need to select the data series. Yep. So here's YM. Then we're going to select New, right? 365 days. Default 24/7. The reason you want to pick default 24/7, you want to make sure that you've got continuous data on your charts, okay? So hit OK, and the chart's up. That's how quick it'll come up. See how fast that is? That's a whole year of data because we're not connected anymore to a data feed, so that comes up. All right. Now, some of you may be wondering, if you're not quite sure, how do you get a continuous contract? All right. So then you want to go to Tools, Instrument Manager, right? And in this case, we're looking at the YM contract. So scroll down here on the right, find the YM contract. Scroll down a little bit more. And here's the YM contract, all right. Where it says expiry, move down here, click on the double pound sign, all right. And before you do anything, go to Edit. Make sure that under Merge Policy it says Do Not Merge, okay? Right here, under Merge Policy, Do Not Merge, then hit OK. I already have it, so I don't need to do that. And then you just move it over by clicking here. I already have it here. If you already have it, if you click, you're going to get a message that says it already exists, but if it doesn't, it's going to put it there, and then you're going to hit OK. And you can do this then for any of your instruments that you're doing, okay? But that's how you build a continuous contract. All right, once that's done, go ahead and bring your chart up. I'm actually using a natural gas chart because I have one here. So I've got a natural gas chart. I've got 365 days on it. And you're going to bring up your indicator. It's the HP RStats 0525 indicator. Bring it up. Once you bring it up, you'll see a bunch of parameters here in the box. Okay? What do these parameters mean? First of all, make sure that your hours from PST are set for your time zone. Okay, this is Pacific time. All right. So if you're 3 hours ahead, you need to put a 3 in this box. If you're 17 hours ahead, you need to put a 17 in here. If you're behind, for example, maybe in Hawaii, then you need to put a minus number. Why this is important is this has the ability to import data and sync it up to your time zones, which we're going to show a little bit later. But make sure that this is set, okay? Now the study I'm going to do, this is in Pacific time, is again from 5:32 to 8:59. It's going to be whatever time you're going to study, but I'm doing it from 5:32 to 8:59. So it's going to be looking to take the first trade if everything is right, starting at 5:32. Won't take another trade past 8:59. And this 30, this is new, means that after 30 minutes have expired, past 8:59, it's going to go ahead and close the trade out automatically if the trade has not been closed by that time. Okay, this is completely up to you. This way you don't have to hold things overnight or past sessions. If you want to close it 45 minutes later or an hour later or 2 hours later, you can just put the time in there in terms of minutes, okay? But the default is 30, all right? Don't concern yourself now with my trade. This is to actually show a trade. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to get down to our next parameter, and this is scanning trends. This is a little bit different from what you were working with, where it said D4 or U4 or U2 or U4. Now, negative trends are minus and positive trends are plus. So the default is I'm telling it to scan from the -4, which is the D4 downtrend, to the +4, which is the U4 uptrend, okay? So just a minor change there. 0 through 8 means it's scanning all the bands 0 through 8. Now, this is a little bit different from what you're used to. The first number is the profit target to start scanning, that's 12. The second number is the profit target to stop scanning, that's 42, okay? And you can go in step increments. In this case, I'm going to use a 2. We're going to go every 2, okay? So every 2 here. That means you're going to go in step increments of 2, right? So again, profit target starts to scan at 12, ends at 42, goes in steps of 2. You can put whatever you want in here, 10 and 30, 10 and 60, whatever you like. The next one down is for the stop, same thing. It's going to start looking for a stop of 12, ending with a stop of 42 in step increments of 2. Okay. The second value down here is called scan tick adjustment. This is defaulted to 0. It's off right now, so there's no tick adjustment scan it's going to be doing. Later on in an advanced video, we can cover the scan tick adjustment, but for right now, we'll leave this off. If you want to scan tick by tick, though, above the lines, you can go 1 through 5, but for right now it's defaulted to off. All right. MT is maximum trades. So this will scan all the way up to 3 maximum trades. If you wanted to scan up to 2 maximum trades, you could put a 2 in here. That means maximum trades per trend. That's what it's going to go, maximum trades per trend. In this case, it will allow it to take up to 3 trades per trend as long as all the conditions were correct. If you only wanted 1 max trade per trend, you would put a 1 in. Okay? If you wanted more than that, you could, but the default is 3. Okay? This next parameter is scan NT, means scan the number of trends. How many trends are we going to scan? In this case, I've asked it to scan 2 trends, and that's going to be the U2 and the U4 uptrends and the D2 and the D2 downtrends. If you put a 3 in here, in addition to scanning those, it would also scan the D1 downtrend and the D3 downtrend. If you put a 4, it would scan all of those plus the D3 and U3 trends. We have found, for the most part, that 2 trends produces the best trade results for the types of trades we're looking for, okay? So we're going to leave that at 2. This also allows you to scan the days of the week, all right? In this case, it's going to start with 1, which is Monday, and end with 5, which is Friday. So each day of the week is numbered now. 1 is Monday, 2 is Tuesday, 3 is Wednesday, 4 is Thursday, 5 is Friday. So I do a full scan here. Later on, I'm going to show you a great feature on this. Once you've done your statistics, it's going to save this to a file. You can always bring it back up. But also, more importantly, you're able to selectively go in here and refilter things on the fly very quickly without having to run the stats again. Okay? Profit target, if you'd like, right now it's set at 0, 0, which means your profit targets and stops have to be equal. Okay? Your profit target and stop will be equal. If you want to take a profit target bigger than your stop, You can put in whatever value you want. Let's say you want to scan for profit targets 6 ticks greater, or all the way down to even. All right, if you wanted to go as high as 20 ticks above your stop, you could do that. But it's going to look at every permutation and combination in here. It's not going to just look at a tiny amount. Okay. Conversely, if you are willing to accept a stop that is bigger than your profit target, then that's what you put here. So let's say you said you're willing to accept stops up to 6 times bigger than your profit target. Then you put a 6. Okay, let's say you're willing to accept a stop up to 10 times bigger than your profit target, then you put a 12, a 10 rather. For the purposes of this analysis, I'm going to look at both sides, right? So I'm going to say I'm willing to accept a profit target rather, all the way up to 12 ticks bigger than my stops, and I'm willing to accept stops that can be actually up to 12 ticks beyond my profit targets. Okay. This true parameter means it's going to look at partial trades because we're going out at a certain time. These are your zone ticks on the dynamic trend. It's defaulted for 48, and that's what I use. This extra minutes to exit 2 shading, you'll see there's going to be a shading that takes place in here, and that shading actually will show you what would happen, at least on the chart, if you were to wait another 60 days past the close, or 60 minutes past the close instead of 30. Remember, we had it set to go out 30 minutes here? Well, you can set this as well. Okay. Now, total minimum trades. I've said for this scan, there has to be at least 20 trades in order to qualify. If there's not 20 trades, at least 20 trades to qualify, don't even show it. Okay? The next one is the percent win. I've said unless we've got at least 60% winners, don't show it. You can change any of these. All right? If you want to limit it to 70, you can. Of course, you're going to get much fewer trades. But I said minimum 60. Percent worse trades. Okay? This is important if you want to see anti-trades. So by setting this to 30 for anti-trades, it means I'm willing to, I want to see those bad trades that have percentages of 30 or less. Remember, on an anti-trade, they're flipped, and we're going to show that. Okay, so 30 is the default. Now, these next 2 values are very important. This is a new ranking that you don't have in yours. This is actually what's called the probability of Rune. It's going to rank your trades, and what you're basically looking for when you do this is for regular retrace trades, you want to see rankings of 0.3 or higher. Generally, the higher the rank, the much better the trade is as far as suffering a couple of losses or a string in a row. And conversely, for a anti-trade, it's the same thing. You want to see starting with 0.3, minus 0.3, okay? And I'll show examples of this, all right? The money, I just leave this defaulted here. You don't really need to do anything with this unless you really get sophisticated with this because you want to see all the trades, okay? There are some other parameters here. Draw my trade. You can actually draw your selected trade. That's what this is up here. If you select a trade and click that box, it'll show it on the chart. For now, we're not going to do anything with that. And then we'll cover these, the save stats file, the load stats file, and the update stats file after changes. We'll cover that in a minute once we get our charts up, all right? So now we're all set. Now once you have it this way, I recommend that you right-click on the chart and say Set Default, and then left-click. That sets the default. So I'm going to right-click on the chart, say Set Default, then left-click. That sets the default. That way, when you bring it up, it'll come up like this, and then you can make any changes you want over in your settings manager over here, okay? So now we're ready to go. We're ready to do our analysis, right? I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and it's going to go do this full analysis. Now I'll let you know, I'm going to time this. I'll turn off the recording while it's doing this, and I'll let you know how long this is going to take. So we're going to scan a full 365 days, every day of the week, right? And of course, I'm not going to pay much attention to the results on Thursday because that's when the inventory report is on nat gas. I'll show you how to run a separate one on Thursday, okay? But we're going to go ahead and do that full run now. So I'm going to hit OK, and it's going to start its calculations. All right, the scan was completed. That actually took about 8 minutes total to run all of that. And the first thing that you'll notice is there'll be a file that comes up, and it says, do you want to save the stats? All right, you can pick wherever you want. In this case, I want to save it to my documents file. So it's going to save all of these, and this is important because you won't have to run this again. You can bring it back up if you want to do further analysis. So I'm going to go ahead and say save, and it saves it. Okay, now it's saved. Now we can work with this. So you'll notice, first of all, what's happened is there's a grid that comes up. It has all the trades on here. I'm going to pull this down for a second, and the other thing I want to show is this. What it's showing is it's going to highlight in yellow every day that we're looking to trade. So this was Friday, and we're looking to trade from 5:32 until 8:59, and then this was the extra 30 minutes out here. Okay, and then if I scroll back, it'll go day by day and show you all that. Okay, that's important if you want to see your trades later on. Okay, but for now, we're just going to have that. So now let's get into the bread and butter of this. We have a grid. I'm going to grab down here. If you scroll down where it separates the two borders, you see how the cursor changes. I'm going to grab that, left click, hold it, and bring it up a little bit. Okay, so let's take a look at Monday. First of all, on Monday, I'm going to click on Monday. I'm going to click on the dollar total column. Okay, and it's telling me I've got a band 4 or a trend -4. That's a D4 downtrend at line 5 with the profit target of 34 and a stop of 32. Maximum trades per trend 2. Number of trades, remember that's the end, or number of trends, we're only using 2. DW's day of the week, that's 1. We're Monday, we're 1. If I were to click Tuesday, day of the week is 2. Wednesday, day of the week 3, etc. Okay, so I'm on Monday. Again, these are all interactive, so I click on here, and it tells me my highest dollar value is 65.30 for Monday. Monday's trades. However, that isn't necessarily the trade that I may choose. Okay, I like to get a good combination of percent winners to dollars. Okay, so this goes down in decreasing order. If I'm looking at my percent winners, I've got a 75%er here, and as I scroll down, I'm not seeing a whole lot more. If I want to see my biggest percent winner, I just click on it. It tells me I've got a 90% here, an 85% here, 78% here, but you can see that the dollar value wasn't all that big for the 90% winner, right? So we want to get back to our comfort area. So we'll go back to the dollar total, right? Both of these trades are good, right? And my rank is good. Remember, we're looking for generally a good strong rank is 0.4 and above. You can live with 0.3, okay? And again, ranking is, if you've done any type of statistical analysis, there are many books written on what's called the probability of Rune, and that is in the short term, even though something may be 75 or 80%, you can get 2 or 3 or maybe 4 bad trades in a row, and that happens statistically. The higher this value is, the less likely it is that you're going to run into those types of problems. Okay, so that's why this ranking is very important. And it's also qualified everything here as well. It's not allowing anything below. So I've got a nice high ranking here of 55. If I go down, I see I've got rankings here of 68 as well, which are nice and high. So any one of these choices are good in here, right? And again, anything above 0.4 is good. I wouldn't concern over whether it's 0.55 or 0.60. But again, this is a 75% probability trade with a ranking of 55, 65, 30. That's a good trade. Okay. Conversely, for Tuesday, if I were to, and there are other trades here, by the way. This is only a D4 trend. There are other trades to take. What I'd sometimes do is I'll click over here and I'll just scroll down with my mouse to see when my first trend change occurs. All right, but there's a quicker way to do this, and I'm going to show you. All right, let's see what Tuesday brings. Click on the dollar total. All right, Tuesday's 3,400, 62%. I've got a 65%er here, a 71%er here. This is pretty good, right? Our ranking's a little bit lower, but still above 0.3. We're okay, right? We continue on down. We see a couple more 71%, etc., etc. All right. Click on Wednesday. Click on the dollar total. Wednesday looks good. Some nice trades here. 73%. Some nice high dollar values. Now Thursday, remember I said, even though it ran stats for Thursday, you really can't use these because we've got the natural gas inventory report that occurs at 7:30 Pacific, and this trades right through it. So there's no way you can trade through this, right? And then we go to Friday, dollar total, same thing, okay? Also, it'll show all of them if you want to click on all. It'll show all the trades ranked for dollar totals, right, by the days. So here's the day of the week. Here's Monday, here's Wednesday, etc., etc., okay? Now, there's also what's called anti-trades. These are really bad trades. You'll notice when I click through here, when it turns red, those trades are losing trades. But you can turn that to your advantage by trading the opposite. This automatically knows that it's going to take an anti-trade. I don't know if you saw, on a regular trade when it's white, you notice there's an R in front automatically. Now, on an anti-trade, it actually places an A in there. So it makes it much easier when you copy and paste. Also, there's 3 new columns here, and that is the dollar totals from the anti-trades. You see it flipped it to positive. It gives you your ranks for the anti-trade. That's the A rank, anti-trade rank, and the percent of dollars, or percent winners for anti-trades. It just takes it and flips it, okay? So what will we be looking for on an anti-trade? On an anti-trade, we'd be looking for a ranking that's at least 0.3 or better, okay? And we're getting into some good areas down here. And we'll talk about anti-trades again in a little bit. But let's say that we just want to scan now for our D4 trends, okay? And this is what makes this really nice. So you click on the settings manager here. Let me do that again. Just click on it. Over here, where it says trends, I'm just going to leave the -4 in there, all right? -4. Make sure your colon comes out of here. -4. I scroll down and say update stats after filtering. I click on this. I left-click apply, and then I click on the chart one more time, okay? Then I go to Monday. And all I should have now on Monday are my D4 trends, okay? On Tuesday, if I want to see that. Now, notice I've got some 4s in here yet, okay? So when you jump to the next day, you need to do this again. Just go in here, left-click apply, left-click on the chart, and now everything is there just for the D4 trends, okay? So now we're just looking at the D4 trends, and I can do the same thing for Wednesday. Notice we've got other things other than D4. Well, we just go here, left-click apply, left-click on the chart. Now we've got those, okay? So once we're done with that, now let's say I want to see the D2 trends. Okay, so D2 trends, instead of a -4, what are we? We're a -2, right? -2. So I left-click apply. Remember, because I already had this check down here. It's already been checked. Left-click apply, click on the chart. Oh, got to go apply here. Now click on the chart. Okay, and you can see for Wednesday now, all we have are the D2 trends. And if I did the same thing for Tuesday, don't have any really good D2 trend trades on Tuesday, do we? Might have some anti-trades, but no good trades on Tuesday. Click on Monday. Yeah, we've got some here. Okay. Let's say we want to see the U4 trends. So we click go back. See, this is, you don't have to rerun all this. So I just put a 4 in here now. Scan the trend, 4. Make sure that's here. Left click apply. Click on the chart. Click again. And it's just going to reorder it right now. Just reordering it. Okay. So we're on Monday. Now we have the U4 trends. Don't really have any good U4 trends on Monday. How about Tuesday? Click here. We have some, but the dollars really aren't too good, right? Dollars aren't good enough. I don't think. You might, if you find, well, you've got a good high percentage here, 80%, right? So that's not bad. I take that back. And you got an 86% here with some pretty good ranks. We go to Wednesday. Click on the dollar total. No really good trades, but some good anti-trades maybe on Wednesday, right? Got some nice anti-trades. How about Friday? Click on the dollar total. Friday's got some trades, any anti-trades. Okay, that's how you do this, how you can work through this. And this is interactive, okay? Absolutely interactive. All right, so let's say that we found a trade. For example, we like this trade. We've got a 75% trade here, 56.20. We've got a 72% trade here. With 55.30, it's only a couple $100 less, but our rank is much higher, right? 0.63. So if we like this trade, we'll go ahead and left click here. I'm going to hold my mouse down and drag it all the way to the right to the dollar total. I want to stop here because this is not an anti-trade, so I don't care about these columns out here. All right. Now I'm going to do Control C. Control C copies it. Then I'm going to go open a notepad if you've got notepad. If you don't have notepad, open Word, something where you can save this. All right, so I'm going to open up a notepad and I'm going to paste it in there. So here's my notepad. I left click here, right click paste. It pastes my trade in. You can see the trade. Paste the trade. What I normally do is if this is natural gas, I'll put natural gas, for example, right? And then this is Monday. I know Monday because we've got 1, right? I'll put Monday, etc. Again, what do these numbers mean? I'll just go through this again. R means it's a regular retrace trade. -4 means it's in the D4 downtrend. 5 means we're going to be doing it at line 5, so we're going to be going short at line 5 with a 42-tick profit target and a 34-tick stop. 0 means there's no tick adjustment. 2 means its maximum trades per trend is going to be 2. The other 2 means we're only running and scanning 2 trends, right? 2 uptrends, 2 downtrends. 1 means it's Monday, day of the week, okay? Here's our time, start time 5:32, end time 8:59. If we're not out of the trade at 8:59, we're going to wait 30 minutes and then go out. Total trades were 44, 32 winners, 12 losers, 72.7%, 0.63 on the rank, $5,530 over the period. Okay? So that's your first trade. Then we'll go back to the chart. Let's try to find another one. Okay, that was on Monday. And then we'd also look, do we have anything other than a -4 trend on Monday. First of all, I like to go through, as long as I got it up here, I'll go through the higher ones, but we'll go day by day, for example. I'm going to click on here. I'm going to say, okay, let me see the -2 trend. All right, -2 trend now. I'm going to make sure that's checked. Left click apply, click on the chart, and wait for it to reorder it. Okay, it's reordered it now, just a -2. Click on the dollar total. All right, well, we've got some pretty good trades here, 3,600. What's our highest percent winners? We got 69, right? We have 72, 72, right? And the reason I'm not all the way over to the right, now I'm all the way to the right. I was wondering why my columns weren't right. Okay, so now I'm all the way to the right. Click on my dollar total. Okay, make sure you're all the way up to the right here. I wasn't all the way to the right. So now we got some better trades, right? We got some trades in the 70%. All right, this one's 47.10 with a ranking of 35. These are all pretty good. Here's a good one, ranking of 41 with a profit target of 32 and a stop of 34. Okay, profit target 32, stop of 34. So if we like that trade, we'll go ahead and copy that trade. We had 33 trades, 24 winners, 9 losers, 72%, a good ranking. We'll copy that trade. So we'll do Control C. Then we'll go back to the notepad. We'll click here and copy it. I'm sorry, we're going to paste it. Okay, Control V, paste it. So then we have our next trade. And we keep doing this for the trades that qualify. All right, let's see if we want to pick an anti-trade. Okay, so I've clicked on the column. We use Wednesday's example for an anti-trade. I'm looking for the red values. If I look in the column here, here's my percent winners now, because remember it's going to flip it. And an anti-trade, what it does, it's going to trade opposite. So instead of in a uptrend, which is in this case a U4 uptrend, instead of buying at line 4, it's gonna sell. It's gonna go short at line 4 if it's penetrated from above. Okay, so we'll scroll down here. We've got a 74% trade here. Not a really good ranking. All right, so remember we want to try to keep a rank above 0.3 if we can. Here's a good one. We'll take this one up here. All right. So this one's 71% profitable. Total of 31 trades. And we flip the winners because AntiTrades now it's going to be 22 winners, 9 losers, a profit target of 26 and a stop of 28. Okay. So notice it knows automatically if it's negative, it knows to flip the front part. You don't have to do this anymore. It knows it's an anti-trade. So let's go ahead and copy that. Now I want to go all the way across this time. All right, because this is an anti-trade. I want to get the column. So I'll do Control C, copy it. I'll go to the notepad, right, and I'll click here. I want to paste it. I'll do Control V, and notice now we're a little bit further out. So if I want to bring this back into parity, I'll just grab this back here and backspace 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, all the way to here. Just keep going until we get to there. Okay? And then when you're done, you save this. Go to File, save it as something. When you're done with all the trades, I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay? Now let me show, just for an example, remember I had mentioned that this is good for natural gas almost every day, but except Thursday, right, we have our natural gas inventory report. So we don't want to trade at that time. We found it best to start trading 5 minutes after the report. The report comes out at 7:30 Pacific. So I'll put a 0735 to start here. Okay. I'm willing to take trades up to 10:59, and then I want to be out 30 minutes after that. Okay. So this is where it's going to be. Remember, I want to scan all the trends, so I'm going to go -4, :4. I want to scan all the trends, right? I want to go through this. Now, scan day of the week, I don't want to scan all the days of the week. I just want day 4, which is Thursday, so I'm going to put it there. Okay? And I'm going to make this quick on a quick scan. I'm just going to put, I'm going to say, in this case, I'm willing to take, in this case, I want my profit target, which now becomes your stop, right? And your stop, which becomes your profit target. I want my stop, say, up to 12 ticks bigger than my profit target. Okay? And I'll set this back to 0. All right? Just helps you get a little better. Everything else will be the same, right? To make this go a little bit quicker, well, we'll leave it here because we're only scanning. Then I'm going to go hit Apply, and then on the chart, left click, and then right click, Reload NinjaScript. All right, so it went ahead and completed the scan, and again, it asks you if you want to save it or not. If you want to save the data, you can. I'll go ahead and save it, right? And then our chart comes up. So now we're only looking on day 4, which is Thursday, only from 7:35 till 10:59. So if you click on another day here, see there's nothing here, right? We go to Thursday, I want to see the dollar total. All right, you got a nice dollar total here, 58.60, a 73% winner. You've got a 76% winner down here, which is pretty good. The ranking's a little bit low, so I would err up or move up to here. Okay. This isn't bad here with the nice ranking. So any one of these trades are good in here. Now, the other thing I look to, I don't know if we have an example. Let's see. This is going to be buying in a U4 uptrend at line 4 with the 36-tick profit target and a 40-tick stop. Maximum trades are 3. It can take up to 3 trades in the trend. Here's the other one down here, 36.40, taking up to 2 trades in the trend, right? Your percentage is a little bit smaller, and your rank is a little bit smaller, so I would stay with this one. But sometimes you'll find if you drop down, if all the trades are equal, if your profit targets and stops are equal, and you have max trades 3 and max trades 2 and then max trades 1, always go, and the results are close, always go for the lesser amount of max trades. Okay? So again, if you like this trade, and I'm just going to use this as an example, I'm going to go ahead and copy it. So I left click here, go across, Control C, right? I'm going to go to my notepad, and this was Thursday. So, I'm going to skip down. You're going to have some more days in here. So you type in Thursday. I can't spell. And then I paste it in. Okay, and I don't know if we have another trade. Do we have, that's in a U4 trend. Let's see if we have another trade. Okay, so a quick way to do it. Well, it's faster here, I think. We can just take it. I'm going to look now to see if we've got any -4 trends or anything else. I'm just scrolling down right now using my mouse wheel. Scrolling down. Yeah, I did see a couple. I saw -4. Let's try that then. I'm going to go here. I'm going to say, okay, just show me the -4 now. Get rid of the colon, right? Click on Update Stats After Filter. Left click Apply. Left click on the chart, right? And now we just have the -4 trends. I'm going to click on dollar total. Okay, we got a 3,800, 71%, 72%, 73. These are good trades in here. Our 73% is a couple $100 less, but a nice rank. Here's that example I was talking about. This is a 28 tick profit target, 30 tick stop, maximum trades 3. Okay, but we have the same trade here, 28.30, maximum trades 2, same percent, same dollar value. Okay, I don't see one that says 28.30 with the 1, so we would go with this one. This is the trade. Got a nice rank, so we'll copy it. Control C, come on over, save it, Control V. Okay, now we've got 2 potential trades on Thursday. It's nice trades. Let's go back, see if we have an anti-trade. Any anti-trades? Not on the 4. Okay, let's take a look at all the trends again. So I'm going to go -4, colon, 4. I'm going to bring it back, left click here, make sure that's on, left click apply, left click on the chart, and now it'll give us our ranking that we need. So we're not really seeing any good anti-trades. All right. Now this will conclude part 1, the video part 1. Okay. This is the real nuts and bolts, the nitty-gritty, the kind of tedious, boring type aspect of what you need to do. Okay. But this is what's going to allow you to do your own individual analysis for your own instruments during your own times with your own settings. When you're done with all of this, you should be producing something that looks similar to this. So for example, I've got my YM trades here, my Dow trades, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. I've got my ES trades here. ES is under there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have the yen trades here, 6J, both for the European session and then for the later session after any major report at 5:30, so I've got all that. And I do this for other instruments. I do this for natural gas, like I showed you, for the 6E contract, for the Russell, for the NASDAQ, for crude oil, for any instrument, even the DAX and the Bund, any instrument you want. You'll have these trades, and then in the next video, I'm going to show how to take these trades, put them into your multi-trader auto trader, which is a quick, easy copy-paste, and then how to save that and bring that up quickly every day. Okay? So thanks for watching. I'm going to stop the recording on this. This will end part 1 of the video, but again, go over this video, pay special attention to this, because this is the nuts and bolts of what you need in the auto trader to run these stats. Okay? All right, thanks for watching. And when you're fairly competent here in working through this video with your own stats, then please, by all means, proceed on to the next video in the sequence, okay? So thanks for watching.